Hello, beautiful beings. This is Gypsy Jess with your Art of Tarot, and it has been a long time. I've been quite busy, and energy in the world is extremely heavy right now, and that weighs on some of the more sensitive of us folks. Not to say that, I'm being affected like some people are in the world, but just being in constant awareness can take its toll. So I just want to do a general reading today. See if we can't get back on it and go from there. I guess we'll keep that one. Oh, see, this happened to me. So I was shuffling the deck beforehand. This card doesn't even belong in this deck. And when I was shuffling, another one of these fell out of this deck. It was the moon, and now we have move, but it would appears to be lion. How appropriate right after the Lion's Gate on the 8th. So and the sturgeon full moon. So we're definitely going to keep that. You saw that just kind of happened there. So I love tarot, because whatever happens in the reading is supposed to be part of the reading. Something to keep in mind where you're at. So before we get started, go ahead and take a big deep breath and allow yourself to be present. If you are, I don't encourage driving or operating a motor vehicle while listening to this, because you can get distracted. But allow yourself to be open to the messages that are intended for you. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. At this time, if there are any colors, songs, animals that come to mind, just take those as messengers that part of what is being said might be for you. But remember, readings are for entertainment purposes only. So go by your own intuition and see if something affirms what you might already know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's see what we have. Hermit in the reverse. Magician. Oh, crazy. Okay, so again, you saw how much I shuffled that. I just did a reading for myself yesterday. Both of these cards were in it, so clearly some continuous energies that want to come out. It was all about new beginnings, expanding of consciousness. So we'll see if that energy maintains itself today. Knight of Pentacles. So this particular deck is the Tarot Decoratif. As you can see, it's in French. Maybe that means something to you. Two of Wands. We're also going to take some oracle cards here. Oh, that's the dehumidifier that you're hearing beeping right now. So perhaps that alarm meant something for you. All right, Nine of Swords. King of Pentacles, lots of pentacles. This can be about abundance, earthly things. Two of Pentacles, lots of pentacles. Lots of earth energy here. And Five of Cups. So before I read into these at all, I'm going to pull some more oracle cards. See if we can't fit them up here. But I do see a lot of glowing orbs right away. So maybe this has something to do with the full moon, full cycle. Opening heart, that came out in my reading before. You're seeing me shuffle these, guys. So that's what's crazy to me. Divine Feminine, number 7. Beautiful. Receptive power. So remember, when we're reading, we say divine masculine, divine feminine. Everyone has both of those energies. So whether you're relating this reading to yourself, for someone else, I'll put these here. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. When I say feminine or masculine, it's not relating to bodies, but energy. We the Hathors, deep mother's milk. Birth is a portal. A lot of feminine energy coming through right now. Lots and lots of feminine energy. Let's get a couple more and then I'll start reading and then we can expand from there. Ooh, tiger. Kind of looks like a Bengal tiger there. The moon. So with all these moons, I'm definitely getting a high priestess feel, someone heavy on the intuition. Even though we only have a little bit for the cups here, we've got divine feminine and water blessings. So an overall intuitive energy, sensitive energy, eagle. And there's our divine masculine. What powerful, powerful predatory animals coming through here. And there's with the cats too. So cats might be a big thing, might be a big energy, kind of that apex predator, sexy energy, a lot of that orange coming through. So I'm gonna draw some moon oracle. So as you're looking at these cards, I do have these set this way so that you can read into these for yourself. So if you see something I don't say, take that. That's the beauty of me laying out the cards. A little bit of moon energy here. We've got focus. And patience. More moon energy here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start reading and then we can clarify as we go. So starting left to right, we've got some major arcana with the Hermit and the Magician. So what I see is someone who maybe turned inward for a while, was keeping to themselves in relation to some life changes. But that choice, whatever that choice was that you were ruminating on or another individual's been ruminating on, that choice has been made, right? We know where we want to plant our pentacle now. We know we want to plant our seed. And I do have a lot of mother energy coming through, water, divine feminine. So this could relate to a pregnancy for someone. If that doesn't apply to you, don't take it. But overall, this is a very disciplined kind of energy, someone who's going into a creative spirit, ready to, I kind of got like a rebirth there as I was reading. I feel like someone's reinventing themselves, maybe coming to a stage of life that required some inner reflection to make a choice moving forward, but that someone's charged and ready to go, right? They have all the tools they need, all the information that they need, and while this may have had them stuck in their heads for a while, kind of stuck in a period of anguish, of overthinking, right? We're definitely coming out of that, right? There's forward moving energy here. And, with the Five of Cups, traditionally we see someone walking away, right? Maybe walking away from spilt milk. But in this particular card, the warrior, right? The hero is praying. And this is in reverse. So I feel like someone spent a lot of time mulling over what they want to do, what they want to be, maybe who they want to be in the world. And that particular flavor might not be for everyone, but that's okay, right? Your true north, your path isn't everybody's, right? Two roads diverged in a wood. And I am the one that I chose, the one less traveled by. That might be your story. Birth as a portal. So I said spilt milk here. So I see a lot of rebirth, a lot of forward movement, a lot of opening, a lot of healing. But I also see it with the tiger and the eagle here, like a very balanced masculine, feminine energy. This tiger to me is very feminine, especially with that partial moon. To me, that speaks of the high priestess energy. But the eagle, this is divine feminine energy, right? And it's coming in quick. It's quick, intuitive, hits and knowing that's allowing someone to move forward. So like I said, well, I think someone has been maybe keeping to themselves, mulling things over for a while now. They're ready to move. They're ready to create. And I think this really came to a head in this last week, especially with the Lionsgate. I mean, that's what this screams to me, and the fact that it fell out of a deck that I didn't even intend to pull today. And if you haven't quite made that movement, right, and you've been mulling in this energy, this is your sign to move. This is your sign to go. You may have been lying in wait like the lioness or the tiger, kind of hunting your prey, so to say. But now it's time to attack. Now it's time to go after what you want. Like, look at the eagle there, how it's swooping down. It's attacking. And this could be with the lower chakra colors, you know, in a lot of these cards here. This could maybe mean attacking or focusing in on some wounding that has been holding you back, right? Some lower chakra stuff, stability, sexuality, confidence, abundance, things like that, or maybe fear related to those things. But if you focus in and have patience with the path that you've chosen, I think you're going to get to where you want to go, right? This is cycles here, right? We get to the full moon, then it goes away, and we're reborn, right? The cycle restarts. And I do think someone has demonstrated quite a bit of patience here. And if you really focus in on what you want, really focus in and allow yourself to be in that feminine energy space, right? That's an energy of receiving. It's magnetic. When you're open to all possibilities, when you have an open heart to the world around you without being attached to a particular outcome, then the universe has room to deliver, right? In a way that maybe is really unexpected. Yeah, what a lovely kind of energy there. So yeah, a lot of creative energy. Now I want to go, we're going to move on top of this a little bit, just get some confirmation. So I'm going to pull a few more oracle cards here. This is the Shamanic Healing Oracle, just to kind of confirm the messages we already got. Movement into balance, right? Movement, move, patience and cycle. So movement, moving forward, balancing of the masculine and feminine. That's what we're talking about here. Planting the seed, right? You plant the seed below the ground, water it, let it have sun, and over time, then that seed starts to grow. But what we don't do is we don't plant the seed, dig it up, look at it again, right? And keep disturbing the seed. We plant, we give it all the elements that it needs, which the magician has in its place. You have everything you need to move forward, and do it in a balanced way, and receive those blessings, right? The abundance of rain. We receive your rain. And with that too, that also speaks to going through really sad cycles. Like where I started this reading was talking about the heaviness in the world, the heaviness that can be in the energy around us. And that's very human, right? It's human to feel empathy and sadness and care for people around you, but the true fear, the true danger is when you close yourself off to all of that completely, right? Close down that heart so that you're not hurting. To feel is to be courageous. Now that's with healthy boundaries, but honoring your energy. What did I just say? With healthy boundaries, honoring your energy. This is why I love tarot. Honor yourself, right? So with honoring our energy, That means that we're putting our energy into a focused place, right? We're not just reaching out into all different directions, giving everybody a piece of ourselves, telling everyone yes, saying that we can complete all the tests and what we can't, right? So really deciding what we want, where we want to be, who we want to be there with, and then eliminating the distractions and focusing in our manifesting energy to make that happen, right? And again, do it in a balanced way. And we have to honor ourselves in knowing that not every day is 100% looks the same. Okay? I felt like I needed to see that there. Not every day our 100 looks the same. 100% looks the same. Okay, new beginnings. Again, I don't know how many times we need this as a confirmation. 1, 2. And we have a nice balance. 15 reduces down to 6. Also, with this kind of, I feel an earthly, I want to say that it's very normal to be attached to things like in the earthly plane, right? So whether, and especially in times of stress and struggle, alcohol, drugs, emotional addiction, unhealthy relationships, these are all things that take our energy, that take our time, and identifying the things that are not serving us or serving the greater good, whether that be attitudes, right, about ourselves, about others. That's part of moving into balance, honoring your energy, other people's energy, and allowing a new beginning to manifest, right? That movement that was talked about up here, right? So for my allies, my advocates, my scarred warriors, this one's for you. All right, we are going to draw a couple twin flame cards here because that is my group. That's who I read for, whether you know it or not. Powerful beings. So for the generator, staying grounded. So we've been talking about new beginnings, creation. We have different styles. That's Winnie meowing in the back of my black kitty. She agrees. Staying grounded is important, right? We have four number of balance of divine masculine energy. Feminine creates, masculine grounds, right? So allowing those two things to work together, masculine and feminine energy, to generate, to create, doing it from a grounded space. Six, integration, multi-dimensional healing. Love that. So we talked about that. Someone who's spent a lot of time inward recently, healing. Part of healing is integrating, right? Integrating the lessons that we've learned. So it's okay to take the time, right? Take periods of rest and recovery and reflection to help us understand ourselves, to understand others, the lessons that are being presented to us. And then allow space for those to absorb. It's like doing maybe a magic mushy tour and then having all these realizations and then not taking the time to digest what happened, right? And I do believe in psychedelic therapy for veterans and, well, really anyone, but anyone suffering from PTSD, which is most of us in the world. But I digress. That was maybe for someone very specific. I'm not a doctor, but something to think about. Okay, last one. The Queen, Divine Feminine. Again, Divine Feminine, Divine Feminine. So big theme of our reading here, 7 and 8, that's 15, right? That was our original, that was our guy here right in the middle, 15, honoring your energy. Honoring your feminine energy, honoring your creative, emotional, powerful. So this is not trad wife energy, right? This is divine feminine like a volcano, divine feminine like an ocean, divine feminine like a tornado or a hurricane. This is wild woman creative goddess energy, and accepting that beautiful aspect of yourself, right? Beautiful. And beauty might, that divine feminine energy might look different for you. I just got, with her, the energy coming out of her hands here, this might be related to someone who does Reiki. If you feel a call for energy work with your hands, this might be a confirmation for you. Also, I'm really drawn to the peacock feathers in the back of this. So peacocks, right, they can eat poisonous things and transform it into power, right? They transform it into beautiful. It's a wonderful sign of transformation, turning our pain into power, turning our pain into beauty. And Lord knows the divine feminine energy in this world, in this life, has to swallow quite a bit of that and digest it, transmute it for the rest of us. 4, 6, 8 quantum leaps here, growing in leaps and bounds. 4, 6, 8. Someone's definitely about to have a huge breakthrough in their movement forward. So I'm going to end this by giving a little bit of affirmation, positive advice here. 2121 on the timer. That is a number that sounds right for anyone. That's 3-3. That's goddess energy. That's empress energy. Divine feminine. Divine feminine just screaming through this reading right now. So let's draw one card and take its affirmation, okay? And then we'll end right there. I hope this has been helpful. I rejoice in my unlimitedness. I'm aware that I am pure consciousness. I am one with all life. And if that isn't the truth when it comes to divine feminine, right? We are one with nature. We are one with the universe. We are the pathway that traditional female body is the pathway for consciousness to create and bring life into this world. So yes, Winnie, I know she agrees. So divine feminine, this is your affirmation. This is your confirmation. 2222 on the timer as I said that. I wish you all the blessings in the world, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.